Hi Urbano. As you know, COVID-19 is spreading like wildfire across the world and India. Just like this auntie went really viral really fast.
Hi friends, try pillow.
Coronavirus grew from China to all countries in the world, with spread to 118 countries as of now. For context, world has 195 countries. अब तो बची हुई countries को भी left out लग रहा होगा. Who has declared a pandemic? Europe is in disarray. US has forecasted that 1 lakh people might die from the virus, and we're officially facing a recession that is as bad as or worse than 2008 financial crisis. Most of you are spending your time pretending to work from home, wearing pajamas while being on calls, and social distancing as much as possible. While this is possible for you, it is not possible for a big portion of Indian population. While we are all doing this, let's talk about the Indian migrants. Indian migrants who make up around 125 million of the Indian population are the people who do our daily chores for us. These are the people who serve us our pani puri, work in the factories that produce things for us, sell us saris and sabzis, and make our everyday life a bit easier. हमारे प्रिय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी announced a complete 21-day lockdown of the country on 24th March.
संपूर्ण देश में संपूर्ण लॉकडाउन होने जा रहा है.
While we're observing this lockdown, totally the whole country is following the instructions for this lockdown, and we are spending time in our home while we're all stuck working from the comfort of our home. The migrant population of India is stuck without a home, income, or a place to go. Most of them are daily wage earners who have started heading to their villages. Many are walking hundreds of kilometers with kids and families who have no food or no water while they are walking towards their home. They have no provisions while they are walking. Some are hiding in vehicles meant to transport essential food items. Some are struggling to get into buses. People are gathering in thousands of strengths at bus stations and increasing the probability of community outbreak and defeating the purpose of social distancing, which was the first objective in the first place, to start all of this lockdown. So, why it was done this way? Why it was necessary to do it in this way? Why would you lock down a country of 1.3 billion people? Without control measures, around 300 to 500 million Indians could be infected by the end of July, and 30 million to 50 million could have severe diseases. This has been proven by one of the models that is run by a specific science journal. And the world's most second populous country, India, has a large number of poor living in crowded, unsanitary condition and a weak public health infrastructure, with just zero point 0.7 hospitals beds per thousand people compared with at least 3.4 and United States 2.9. India also has fewer than 50,000 ventilators, which are essential to save lives. And the worst impact of this would be on the same people, migrants and people below poverty line. To combat all of this, India announced a stimulus package of 22 billion. Now, some of you might think this is a high number, but let's put things into global perspective. And here's what we get at. While other countries like US, China, Japan, Germany have announced significant percentage of their GDP as global stimulus package, Indian government has just announced 0.8% of its GDP to the stimulus package. And very little of it would end up reaching the poor who don't have the necessary means right now to get this package. Now let's talk about how it could have been done better and how we can help. While this lockdown has prevented community outbreak and spread of this disease, it has invariably given rise to completely different tragedy, which is only affecting those who do not have many resources. Millions of migrants are left stranded without jobs, incomes, or even basic necessities like food and shelter. While they are trying to go back home, they also have to face many difficulties to reach home. There are still things government and all of us could do to improve the situation. First of all, help each other. Provide food to the needy migrants if you can. If you can't, donate to the PMO funds. Stay home. That's the least you could do. Validate the information you receive and don't spread rumors from unauthorized sources. While the steps taken by the government are right, they should provide some basic things necessary to survive: food, water, shelter, and most importantly, isolation to combat the overall situation. The package of 22 billion that would be incoming, that would be dispersed through the food security measures for poor household and through direct cash transfers. The food security measure will affect around 800 million people. Currently, the government scheme grants 5 kg of rice and wheat per person per month, which will be supplemented by additional 5 kg of rice or wheat per person and 1 kg of pulses per household for the next 3 months for no charge at all. It also intends to hand out free cooking gas cylinders to 83 million poor families. The cash transfer measures are set to benefit farmers, rural workers, poor pensioners, construction workers, low-income widowers, and more. This also includes one-time cash transfer of 1,000 rupees to 30 million senior citizens and 500 a month to about 200 million poor women for the next 3 months. This is a massive bailout package that is going to help the economy and the poor and the needy. So while we all face this massive health and socio-economic crisis, the government could do so many things better, like increasing the stimulus package, feeding the poor and hungry at various state boundaries and highways, ramping up testing, constructing more health camps, and try to address and prevent the spread of rumors and discrimination against minorities. While police are lathi charging the poor for coming out on the street for groceries, trying to feed a family and trying to get food and essentials shouldn't be punishable by law. Government should make provisions for essentials for the needy families. एक तो लाठी ना मारो या provisions करो. On a lighter note, stay home, stay safe, and do something that you always wanted to do. Read that book. Exercise, don't go out though. Do it at home. We'll see you tomorrow.